What is going on, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. We are out here in Sand Hollow. I actually jumped in the Razor today to come out and play around with the Axial Capra. This thing is four-wheel steer on 2.2-inch wheels and tires. Super fun little rig here. We're going to find some excellent lines. Recently, I crossed over 1,000 subscribers. I greatly appreciate it, guys. It really means a lot to me. My next goal is to crush 10,000, then on to 50, and on to 100. So if you're not subscribed already, get subscribed. We're going places. And in fact, right now, we're gonna go hit some trails. Let's check it out. Sometimes it's fun just to do a straight up climb. See if it can handle these ledges. I'm thinking the wheelbase should be just right. Get the tires over the top. Yep, they hooked. See if we can get the belly to clear. Now we're double faced on a ledge, little angle. Sweet, made it look easy. Probably isn't easy for every rig. All right, guys, we're actually back here at one of the first videos I ever posted on my YouTube channel. I actually recorded this with my cell phone originally, and this time I've got the GoPro out here. However, I don't have my GoPro set up on my controller, and to control the rear steer, I've actually got to use this knob up here. So I'm gonna try and use rear steer as minimally as possible because it's gonna mess up my filming, but let's see what we can get done here. It's a little tricky to hold all three at the same time and get everything framed up. And at the same time, this is one of the hardest obstacles I've actually ever found for this, that it's possible. You got to get everything just right. And this wall on the left side is super steep. But that's why I like it so much. It's really challenging. It's a good time. Okay, let's throw this thing in the front dig. See if we can't get that front end to come up. See it here, just fighting our way through this trail already. Now we gotta watch all four tires at the same time. Try not to let any of them just slip off. This is my first attempt today, so we'll see how this goes. Might be a little rough. Lots of traction out on the rocks today. Hear that servo whining a little bit. It's not happy. So I'm holding my GoPro handle on top of my controller so that I can control the rear steer at the same time. Gotta do what we gotta do, right? Okay, that's actually smoother than I first did this. Now I'm gonna turn into the rock on the passenger side with the rear. But not slip off the left wall, hopefully. I've watched the original video quite a bit, so I've seen where I made mistakes on it, and I'm trying to pay attention to what mistakes I made originally. It's the only way you're going to get better is to criticize yourself and learn from your mistakes. Yeah, guys, one of my favorite parts of running a YouTube channel is all the comments. So be sure to drop a comment. I greatly appreciate it. All the previous comments, starting to see familiar usernames here and there now. And a ton of you guys have awesome RC channels as well. So if you see other people in the comments, click on their username and see if they have a channel too. All right, let's try and get this rear end worked up. The front tire's carrying. Got to get it to settle. It's going to come down. Nice. That was way cleaner than how I first did this. And I even got that climb too. All right, I'm happy with that. We're off to a good start today. Never really had to back up other than to get the dig to work. But we are not quite done yet. It gets tough right up here. this little ravine in here. Now I would film this from the top just to get a different angle for you guys, but I actually need to be down here to see what my tires are doing. Start working our way up the wall. I can tell with how much throttle I'm putting into this that this car is pretty bound up. I need my tires to stick on the front. Uh-oh. Finally got ourselves into trouble. I about had a perfectly clean run on this climb. Work the rears. Basically just like the first time I crawled this. Very cool. And the Capra pulls it off, guys. I was actually concerned I wouldn't be able to do that one again, so I'm really glad that I actually did it a little easier than I originally did. So the rig's working good. That's a big difference between the brush motor that I run in this and a brushless system I run in my other rigs. So the brushless systems seem to not run away like that coming down hills. So I really like the brushless systems for that. Using that dig unit, we got ourselves in a tight spot. Guess we'll just move that whole rock out of our damn way then, huh? Now we gotta reset it for the new line. Now here's a good spot to use dig. Perfect. You know, there's some obstacles that I do that I can't even explain why, but they're just some of my absolute favorite to run. And whatever reason, I love this little spot right here. It's just kind of at the bottom of this little washed out ravine. And then you got to get up on this wall and then cut driver and get up and above that rock on the driver's side. Because right as you start this climb, your back tires are going to drop off. And I don't know why, I like watching it crawl this obstacle. So let's shoot straight up this hill, give you a little bit different angle. Now we got to rear steer around, pivot the truck over, as you can see, sitting right there on the cage. Now take your rear axle and turn it into that rock. Now it's got the traction it needs to pull itself up and over. It flops down, work our way on up the canyon. Wicked little ravine here. Stayed balanced, but then we're going to climb basically that vertical wall on the way out. It just seems like a cool line. I like that idea. Oh, push through. Okay, let's get our back end worked out. You guys will have to let me know if you do that. Did you get your back end worked out? Nice. Got the traction, tires are squished up. It's breaking away all the ledge that's giving it traction. Maybe just a little bump through here. Man, this is tougher than I thought it would be. Just had to lean into that ledge over there. Oh, come on. I had it. Sweet, got it out. That was tough. Alright guys, this is probably the longest place I've ever had the opportunity to try and straddle the gap. So let's get down in there. Last time I ran this, it was quite a challenge to get the tires up on the walls where I wanted them. But kind of once you're up out of here, it's not too bad. It's just watching your tires and making sure you're on your line. Let's see, here we go. Coming to that wall more. It's crazy how small of adjustments make such a big difference in spots like this. Especially the steeper the walls, the harder it is. Like, it's really easy to slip down in there and you won't be able to recover. You guys will have to let me know what of the rigs you've seen that I have, which one is your favorite? Is it the Capra? Is it my comp rig? My Trailfinder 2? Was it the Gladiator? That one's gone at this point, but it doesn't mean it can't be your favorite. See, now it opens up right here, gets a little wider. But still got to be careful not to fall. See, that kind of stuff will get you. The tires are trying to go backwards. There we go, it worked its way up where it needed to. I can hear it driving on the hardware on the beadlocks. This kind of stuff is why I run a BEC. Oh, we're almost losing it. Let's work the rear end around that little notch. Staying high on the vertical wall. Now I have shown a clip of this before on my Instagram, so be sure to follow me over there. West Desert Wheeler on Instagram. No underscores, none of that garbage. Just West Desert Wheeler. I don't get out this area as often because I have to get my side-by-side out to access it. And usually I just go out and play on the side-by-side. Check out the clearance on the portals right there. Okay, let's get the rears higher on the wall so that they clear that spot too. Uh-oh. They were starting to slip for a second. Now we're so high on the wall it's getting tippy, so you gotta be careful of that too. See, front tire's up in the air. I think we're just gonna drive on out at this point, guys. Whew, nice little save. Super fun, super hard. Rear steer makes that obstacle possible. Without it, man, you might have 10 or 15 tries before you get through there successfully, if you can. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video where I go back and revisit some of my favorite old spots. Maybe you've seen some of them before, maybe you haven't. Either way, hit the like button, get subscribed. We're going places. Looking forward to the future of all this, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.